we all have the moments where we imagine we're in a film.
Yeah, 100%. Main character energy, babe.
So I actually had a bit of like a damsel in distress moment that backfired on me.
What are you doing for the women's movement, Fran?
I'm strong. I am strong, but like, how dare you call me hench?
Sorry. Also, what happened to Chivalry? Why is it dead right now? Disney movies ruined it for us as a kid. You know what I will say? In a movie, what just happened to you?
Yeah.
White Van Man would have been your Prince Charming in that scenario. And you would have galloped off in the sunset with him.
I know, I would have got in the back of his van.
Been kidnapped.
I actually cannot believe that you nearly got kidnapped. This is crazy. It's like life is more of a horror story than it is a rom-com.
And that is romanticizing your life in a way, isn't it? And like that is feeling like your life is a movie, even if it's a comedy.
Yeah. Have you ever had love at first sight?
Hey guys, welcome back to Girls Next Door. It's your girls and your neighbours. I'm Wallace Day.
And I'm Francesca, and we are so happy to be back.
Be honest, how many times have you waited for like a rom-com moment in real life? That's never come.
Oh, don't. Do you know what? When I watch films, especially if you're watching it with a guy, I'll be sitting there and I'll be watching this film with Ed, and I'll just be like, why don't you do that?
Take notes, babe.
He's like, this isn't real life, Fran. This isn't how things happen.
But why not?
Fine.
I will say, I feel like Disney movies ruined it for us as a kid. Like, you grow up watching all these movies about princesses and like her prince coming to save her, and like, no, babes.
Like Beauty and the Beast, like, it turns out he's just a beast. Like, that is just like the typical thing. You're like, oh no, he's like just not that like good looking and thing. And then, no, actually, he's a beast. He's horrible. He's horrible outside. He's horrible inside. It's just not a thing.
Yeah, no, that's not love.
And also for a lot of damsel in distress moments.
Yeah.
It's just not very 2026, is it?
Have you seen the clip of Reese Witherspoon? And she's speaking about how there's always a moment in like a classic movie where like the woman's like, oh my God, what do we do now?
Yeah.
And it's like, why are we asking that question when it's so much of the time we are the ones being like, okay, right, let's do this. Don't make us look like damsels in distress.
Ain't us.
No, that ain't us. That really isn't us.
I actually am kind of that person.
Yeah, Loki same. But that's fine.
I'm like, I can't open the jar.
Do you know what,
On
Fran?
my own, I'm fine.
No, literally same. Literally same. I'll be like, oh my God, like, I don't know how to do this. Like, please, could you just show me? Done.
Yeah.
Finito.
Because it's nice to feel needed and wanted and like you can help someone. So that's why I do that.
I have been told men, when they're with a woman, like they love to feel like wanted.
Yeah.
So I quite often would be like, oh, babe, could you just do this for me, please? Like, even if it's just so little as like, I don't know, getting you a car, right? Just something simple. It's such a nice gesture for them to like be able to do for you. And apparently it makes the guys
like
feel
a taxi
closer to
or
you.
a physical car?
No, I mean like send me your driver.
I had to clarify this because Wallace is like in a whole nother fucking bracket. Of
Oh
life.
no, I didn't mean buy me a Bentley. But if you do, I love that.
If you do, thanks. TY.
I'm not.
I'm giving you purpose. Buy me a car.
Yeah. I got bought a car though once for my birthday.
Did
Wait,
you?
hold on.
Sorry, it's giving Kylie Jenner and Tiger. Like,
No. Very low key, not shade, because I love this person. We're friends now. But I got given a car once for my birthday.
Oh no. I'm scared.
I ended up being the one that paid it off.
Oh,
Sorry that you just put down the deposit. That's not a present. That's called a financial trap.
100%. Oh no.
No, it's all fine. Like it was all sorted in the end. But like I had taken this payment on, and I was just a bit like, it was giving like backhanded compliment.
Yeah. But I didn't even choose the car.
I actually didn't want that car. I wanted
something cheaper.
I wanted the basic model of the version I got. And he was like, no, I want you to be safe. I want you to have the best, like da-da-da. And basically like over doubled the car in price.
Oh no.
I was like, oh, like, okay, babe, like if you're sure, okay.
He's like, get the GTI version.
Everything.
That's
added
such a
everything.
boy.
Even the panoramic roof. I was like, babes, I don't need this.
Don't.
But I
Happy
loved
birthday
it.
to me.
I know. Well, the car now is worth not even a third of the price. I'm like, not a good investment. Get us Birkins, not cars.
Yeah, straight up.
Unless they're vintage.
No, that was a trap.
Yeah. Anyway, lovely gesture though. Really appreciated the deposit being put down on that. Thank you.
Yeah.
You know, but sometimes it is nice to feel like a princess and have that Prince Charming or that princess treatment.
Yeah.
Like, it is nice to feel like that. I think especially in this modern day age where it's like, and the kind of women we are, like, we're get up and goers, right? We're ambition. We love to like be strong, independent women.
Yeah.
So I think that's what makes it extra nice to just have that, like, you know?
Yeah. It's a nice thing to know that you're being looked after. And I think sometimes like dads can do that to you because it's like always their role. And then you kind of expect your partner to kind of like take on that role in a sense as well, to be cared for. But not every relationship is like that. So I actually had a bit of like a damsel in distress moment that backfired on me.
What are you doing for the women's movement, Fran?
Yeah, I know. I know my way around a car. Like, it's absolutely fine.
Oh, yeah.
So I was driving Ed's pickup truck at the time, and it's like diesel, and you have to add blue into it to like, I don't know why, but you just do.
I don't even know what
You have to
AdBlue
add
is, so don't worry, you're one step ahead of me.
When you're in a diesel car, majority of the time, if it's a truck or something like that, you have to add blue to it.
Life hack,
Anyway,
guys.
so it wouldn't turn on because it had no AdBlue left. So I'm like driving and I'm thinking, oh, like I know what it is. That's why it has to turn off. So I've got to there. I've bought the big tank of AdBlue, but it was like huge. And it was raining outside and it was like horrible, and I was like trying to put the nozzle on and the nozzle kept falling off and it was spilling all over my trousers, all over my shoes. I was like, oh my God, like I just can't do this. And I was getting really stressed out. So I called Ed and I was like, I'm 5 minutes down the road and I just can't put the AdBlue in the car. It's like going everywhere and it's like really bad. And like, what even is AdBlue? Like someone had to tell me what it was and I didn't know what it was. I've been here for half an hour. Anyway, so I was like really doing the whole thing. And he was like, Fran, don't think I'm so stupid. You know exactly what AdBlue is and you know you can carry in the bowl. Stop getting me at it because you're wham.
Wait, what? What's wham?
Hench. He was like saying that I was like really strong, which yeah, I am strong. I am strong, but like, how dare you call me hench?
Sorry, also, what happened to Chivalry? Why is it dead right now?
Yeah. I was like, but then after I got called a hench, oh, it sent me so west. I was like,
No.
So I like shouting. I was like, what do you mean you're gonna come and help me? I can't. I was like, my shoes are getting ruined. It's raining. You're useless. I'm gonna ring my brother. Done that one again.
That's a great one. That's a great one.
Ringing my brother.
Yeah.
I mean, you're 5 minutes down the road. He was like, Fran, I've got things to do. You're fine. He was like laughing, literally laughing at me.
No, not the laughing.
Laughing at me.
No.
Anyway, so then
Let me be Snow White.
Attempted it more, and thank God there was a lovely white van man driver who saw me struggling and he helped fill up the AdBlue in the car.
Oh.
Yeah. So what did I do? I called Ed straight back and I said, thank God that there was a lovely, handsome young man.
I'm that shit up. We've all been there.
Yeah, this amazing man who's like helped me because you couldn't.
See, there are nice men
And
still
he
in the
was like-
world.
He was like, well, that's lucky for you, isn't it then? Good luck. Well done. That was so good. Thank God. Thank God.
You. And he's here right now. Bye.
And I'm going for dinner with him, actually.
Yeah. And he's bought me a drink. Backfired, didn't it?
Yeah, I've got his number for next time.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Honestly, you should, babes.
And I was like, and I'm not hench. And he was like, it's a good thing. You're strong. It's a good thing. Yeah.
I mean, strong over skinny for sure. I'm all about that. But
Hen.
says me, I'm a fucking rake. Not a muscle on me.
But yeah, that was my damsel in distress that completely fucking backfired. But I remember that, Ed. I remember that. And I do remember it. And now so does everybody else.
And I was going to say, and now the whole neighborhood knows that Ed did not help you refuel the car when you needed him.
He thought it was funny. My $1,000 shills getting trashed.
One of my friends always says to me, Wallace, you've got this. You've done it before. You can do it again. It's character building. And then just hangs up the phone. I bet you can guess who that is.
Yeah. Oh, mate, no, he's the worst.
I just need to stop saying his name because everyone's going to start thinking he's my boyfriend when I'm actually single. Joking.
She's not joking. We're going to get back
Rob
to
is not my man. But no.
We'll get to that point at another point. Wallace was in love. Nah, I'm getting fucking choking on my fucking polar neck. God, it's a bit warm to be wearing this. Seasons would be changing.
Do you know what I mean? Well, I feel like, we're probably coming into summer soon by the time this app gets released. Look at us.
Christmas. Christmas at this point, the way we carry on.
But look at us. The colour palette is paletting.
Butter yellow.
Rays of sunshine, if I must say myself.
I actually love a bit of yellow. It makes me feel happy.
I know, it just brightens up my day,
Yeah.
my mood. Do you know what I will say? In a movie, what just happened to you? white van man would have been your Prince Charming in that
I know.
scenario.
I
And you
know.
would have galloped off in the sunset with him.
I know, I would have got in the back of his van.
Been kidnapped. Wait, have I told you my story?
No.
Have I told the pod my story about getting kidnapped by a man in a white van?
No.
Oh my God. It's so funny because me and Alexa, we drove past this building in Hollywood the other day. And I was driving and I went, lol, do you remember the time we got held hostage in that building? And Alexa was just like, oh my God, like that's hilarious. Anyway, 2 minutes later, she was like, girl, like the way that you just so casually said that, like that's such a trauma moment for like someone in their life. But like we've been through so much that it's just like another week in, week out with us. And I was like, yeah, I know. Anyway, this is just,
hostage?
well, long story, probably for another day on the pod. I'll tell you over a tequila, babes. But this story, it was pretty bad as well, this one. I just so casually went over it. No, me and Henry, we were out. I was 8, he was 6. We were out on the street playing football and he kicked the ball and it went into the lake. I was like, don't worry, Henry, I'll get this. Went over, started like, I got this big stick and I was like trying to fish the ball out of this pond. And all of a sudden we just hear this voice behind us and he was like, do you need help with that? I jumped, obviously, like what 7.5, 8-year-old wouldn't jump. And my brother's like, he's so cute. When he was 6, he was so fucking cute. Now he's just big and whatever, but he's so cute. But he was like, and I used to really protect my brother when I was younger. My parents were both in university still, so I was like, I was like really the big sister figure for him. And I was like, and he was like, here, let me get your ball for you. And I was like,
that's nice.
Yeah, but I was very good with my intuition then and I could feel something was not right. And so I stood up and like gave this guy the stick and he started talking to me. I had this Pokemon t-shirt on. It was bright red and it had this big yellow Pikachu on the front and he went, oh, do you like Pokemon? And I was like, yeah. And he went, oh, I've got some cards in my van if you want to come and see.
Oh.
Yeah. That's like the red herring, isn't it, really?
Yeah, that's like what you get
red
taught.
flag. That's
don't
literally
take sweets.
textbook.
Yeah, and don't get in the back of vans.
No, and as soon as he said that, I looked at my brother and I just said, run. And Henry was like, what? And I said, run. He was like, okay. And Henry started running to the home. I said, get mum and dad. And he ran. Because I was like, if we both run, he's going to run after us, right? If one of us runs...
Oh, you sacrificed yourself.
Babe, sacrificial lamb. I told you. I was like...
Oh my God, Harry Potter?
Mate, I know. I told you. I loved my brother.
Sacrifice himself. Sorry, I don't mean to make a joke of you almost getting kidnapped. But like, as a child as well, it's so scary. But
no,
like...
it is giving that completely.
No, you can't!
Harry! Just,
anyway,
laughing the trauma away, babes. Got a tear in my eye.
So then what happened? So Henry's legged it. You're standing there with the kidnapper.
Henry's legged it. I'm there with the kidnapper. I really can't remember. It was quite traumatic. So like parts of it I don't remember. But next thing I know, he's got my ball and he's asked where my brother's gone. And I've said, oh, I don't know. Like I've just played dumb, right? He goes, well, let me give you these Pokemon cards. Come on. Like starting to usher me over quick. And I'm trying to delay, right? I'm like dropping the ball. I'm like pretending I need to do my laces up. I'm like looking around.
Wait, why are you not running off?
No, because I knew he would come after me. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I was very like intuitive as a kid. Funny story. I told my dad we were about to crash the car once, 30 seconds before we had a car crash.
Oh yeah, we had this discussion before.
Yeah, like I always was quite good at reading energies.
Oh
and
my
like
God. I mean,
people.
getting asked to climb in the back of a van for Pokemon cards is.
I mean, it's a bit bait. It's like saying a puppy's got a broken leg, to be fair. Like, it was a bit bait. But anyway, and I was like, oh, trying to bide my time. The guy was like, come on, let me hold your hand. And I was like, oh God, like, how do I get out of this? And he grabbed my hand and he brings me over and he's opening this van and I'm like trying to work out because this guy is 2-3 times the size of me. Yeah, and like everything just, I can't really explain it. Like things, you stop processing things. Like you freeze, right? And like your brain freezes as well. And like you actually just, I don't even remember what I was thinking at that time, but he opened this van and I looked and like to the direction of my house and all of a sudden... And by the way, my dad, at every sports day, he would do the parents' race and he would win. My dad was a fucking runner, track star, sprinter, mate. All of a sudden, I look down at it and I just see my dad like...
Mate, he's come...
No, like
just
running. Yeah, my brother had ran so fast. He'd like got my dad sprinting up here going, yeah, like that. And like... My mum's like run onto the street. She's like crying. I'm like, and the guy like starts panicking and like slams the door shut to get in his car. And my dad grabs me and he goes, run home like that. Like pushes me so hard. Like I nearly,
Mate, you're so
like, in the right
lucky.
direction. Mate, I know. And he's just like, run, don't look back. So I did. And I never looked back. So I don't ever know, like, obviously my dad didn't like commit a crime or anything, but like I don't know what the outcome of that ever was.
Yeah,
but,
like where that man like went, or like if he had to do that to someone.
well,
What the fuck?
what I can say is it was reported and everyone in the neighborhood, was made aware. And there had actually been another case of him trying to speak to a little guy. Yeah, it was like, so don't worry, it was all reported and everything that needed to happen happened. But yeah, I got home and me and Henry, I remember we weren't allowed out for ages after that happened.
Yeah.
And it was like dusk as well. Like it just started, like it was like time for us to go home. Do you know what I mean? Like, but it was really fucking scary.
See, she was more like clued up though. Like some children
Yeah.
aren't like taught certain things, and like I don't know, the world's so scary. Having nephews now, I feel so sick at them stories.
Yeah.
Whereas before,
Same
I
with
didn't really think
godkids.
about children as much before, but now I'm really like anything, because you can tell them anything and they believe you.
I know.
It's actually really scary. Wallace, you're
Yeah.
so lucky.
I know. Yeah.
Fuck, this is heavy.
I know. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I'm fine.
I know. I'm so sorry. I called you Harry Potter. I'm so sorry.
No, you're. I think I was young enough where like I knew what was going on in the moment, but like it wasn't enough to like traumatize me. Does that make sense?
Yeah, what
because no, I know, little
Wait, are we
freak.
allowed to say that?
Are we
No,
allowed to
probably
say
not.
that, little freak?
That's horrible.
But yeah, anyway, so that was the story.
This is wild.
I know.
Oh, Wallace, I feel so scared for you. Like, what? Like, why was he putting you in your van?
I don't know.
No, that is horrible.
I know, but my brother saved me, my dad saved me, never got in the van, and it's all cushy. I'm alive and I'm here.
God, you should tell your children that, because they will absolutely shit themselves. They'll never go near a van.
Yeah.
I remember when I was small, it was always like my sister used to practice. She used to come up to the door and practice and be like, right, pretend you don't know me. She'd be like, pretend you don't know me. And she's like, do you want to come with me? No, come with me. Come with me. And I was like, and what do you say, Fran? No, no. Like she used to like train me to say no.
Claude. See,
Yeah.
it's a big sister thing.
But she even does it with little Tony. She's like, and what happens if someone just scoops you up and grabs you like this? And she said, kick, just keep kicking.
Yeah.
And punching and kicking.
Yeah.
So then the dad like practices.
And
You
the
have to, like-
biting and the pulling the fingers back. Oh yeah, we know it all.
You do have to practice these things from so small, and it's such a terrible place that we live in that we have to even educate children to be like that. But oh my God, Wallace, I actually cannot believe that you nearly got kidnapped. This is crazy. It's like life is more of a fucking horror story than it is a rom-com. Whoa.
That's hilarious.
This is awful.
No, I know. I know it's more like a tragic play than
I
a
feel
romantic comedy.
traumatized.
Where is the love of my life?
Not in the back
Where
of the van.
is my husband?
And she is not in the back of a van. Let me tell you that now. Some bags didn't get in.
Do you know what? I'm hoping that it means that we're owed some good karma. Do you know what I mean? I'm waiting for my leading man now, guys.
Yeah. Do you know what my favorite film is? The Holiday.
Love that.
I loved that film so much.
Me too.
Like the fact that they swap houses and then
lives.
like and then like the guy knocking on the door and they just instantly fall in love with each other as soon as they see each other. Blah blah blah. And I just think, wow. If you've been enjoying this episode so far, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to put your notification on so that you do not miss our next episode. Have you ever had love at first sight?
No.
Ed said he had it with me.
I mean, I can see it. Why would you not have?
I just think it was because I was a freak. Because I asked him, I was like, why do you want to marry me? And he was like, well, I've never actually just looked at someone and instantly just thought, I really want to be with them. I thought, oh, wow, that's cute.
That is really sweet.
That is really cute.
Yeah, oh no, I want that.
I was like, oh my God, love at first sight is the thing, babe.
Yeah, see, that's like a
I
love
didn't feel
story.
it, but
I was going to say, was it the same for you?
no, I really fancied him, obviously, but I just was on a different path of my life at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love for that to happen. It always is the way, though. I watch it and you get so, I love love. I love love
I know,
so
I do
much.
Too. I do too.
I love like that whirlwind of things and watching it all play out. But I'm such a cynical person that I'd be like, what do you mean you just looked at me and you fallen in love, you fucking freak?
I dated someone like that.
Yeah.
Who needed an explanation for everything. Like, well, what do you mean you just knew that you would love me? And I was like,
What do you want me to say?
yeah, why do I need reasons?
Yeah, because it's a feeling and an emotion, so it's quite hard to explain why.
Yeah, actually, I've never thought about that, but it is. And also, I think sometimes, especially in relationships, like you think you love your partners, but like actually it's only when you have a deeper connection with someone else later down the line, or like a different type of relationship, that you're like, oh, actually that maybe wasn't as deep as it was. Like I would say I've only been in love twice in my relationship. Like my first girl love and my first adult guy love relationship.
Yeah. Just like the deeper connection.
Yeah.
Well, love comes in very different forms, Wallace. Like I love my dog. I love you. I love this podcast.
I know.
Love comes in all different forms.
Yeah, true.
So for it to have that, you know, really whimsical, romanticized thing, some people do actually get that.
Yeah.
But it doesn't always happen that way.
I seem to have it in other areas of my life.
Okay.
Like I'll be a bit on like a wild, like a roller coaster, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is like a movie. If I wrote a book about this, people would be like, oh, she's lying. Like that didn't happen like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, like what our lives have been like. Like even some of the experiences, I'm like, I can't tell someone that. They're not going to believe it. Like they had to be there.
I can also think that you can correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh gosh.
Some people,
where are we going with this one?
Some people though watch these films and watch these things and they genuinely romanticize their own lives because that's what they've watched and what they've like listened to, and they can be so head over heels, whereas I'm a bit more practical with stuff, practical thinking, whereas I have a friend who's so whimsical with it.
Is this me? Am I your friend?
I mean, you have been a bit whimsical at the minute, but we'll get back to that.
I'm such a lover girl. Sorry, guys.
I know. My friend, basically, she had a car crash and then she was like in a foreign country, but a guy she used to date when she was really young was in the foreign country. So she rang him and then she was like, oh, he come and saved me. And I was like, he was speaking the language and and like, she was like, and I told him I loved him and he was just looking at me and we kissed. And I was like, okay, like that's very romantic and stuff, but also what? Like you have just had a bit of a fucking near-death experience and like, I can get that this is crazy, but are you thinking straight? Did you hit your head in that car accident? Like, can we just like bring it down for a minute?
Yeah, let's just be realistic.
Yeah, I don't want to be that friend, but...
Well, did they end up endgame?
No. She's like, it's all meant to be. We're meant to be, like the stars are aligning. Our eyes met. And I nearly died. And I'm just like, okay.
But I think things like that do put life into perspective for you, don't they? Like,
yeah.
You start to realize there have been times in my life where, usually with a partner, like we've been in like not an argument, but just like not talking or a bit pissed off about something.
Yeah.
But like when something bigger happens, it's like you obviously like come together and it's like you deal with this problem like head on or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like those moments like almost show the stakes for what they really are. Does that make sense?
But do you not think you're just romanticizing everything?
A car crash and everything. A near-death experience.
It was meant to be. What do you mean you was meant to land in a car upside down? Like, what? Like, what? I don't know about your path that you asked Jesus for us for, but like, that is not for me. Do you know what? The best way I can describe it is if you're like, you know, when you're in a car and say like a song comes on and you like, imagine you're in the music video, like, kiss me. Like, we all have the moments where we imagine we're in a film.
Yeah, 100%. Main character energy, babe.
Staring out the window is probably my favourite one to a song.
It's on an airplane for me. Something about it just feels so cinematic, especially if I'm leaving a person or a place. Like, seriously, or if I'm going in that direction, it's like...
Making my way downtown, walking fast, yeah. There's always a playlist, I feel like.
100%. Like, and that is romanticizing your life in a way, isn't it? And like, that is feeling like your life is a movie, even if it's a comedy.
Yeah. Do you know what? My favorite song was in the early stages, like if I'd had a row with Ed or something and I would like be like, oh, I don't know, like blah, 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 like I'm not sure what's going on here. I would like get in my car and put some music on, and the song I would always choose was Let the Music Play On Until My Misery Is Gone. That one. Oh, keep on, keep the music strong.
You are actually quite an old soul with your music, aren't you? You really are.
All night long.
Online.
Honestly, it's like a song that's just like, let the music play. I was like, yeah, just forget everything. Just let the music play.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah.
I honestly, kind of similar vibes to that song, actually. I would always listen to, if you like pina colada.
Yeah.
What's that song called?
Getting caught in the rain. Yeah. Oh, that's a really good love song.
Like, yeah, because it's just like, it's kind of like similar energy to yours. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
It's not that deep.
Yeah.
And you know, I was listening to my last like mini breakup was like, I'm free falling.
Oh, yeah, that's a good breakup one. 100%.
Do you know what I mean? Well, it was more like I'm free now, babes, but yeah.
Yeah. Also, another really good one is when my mum left my dad didn't know that she was leaving. Savage. That's probably why I am the way I am.
Babe, that's the best way to leave.
She just got her kids. She upped and left. She was like, enough is enough.
Yeah.
So when my dad then came home and the house was like empty. Don't. She's such a savage. He deserved it in a way, though, to be fair.
That is
anyway,
savage, though.
Savage. So the first thing he did, my mom was like, he called me and he started playing M People. I'm moving on up. I'm moving on out. Nothing can stop me. And I was like, what a great song.
Yeah.
And he was like, you're moving on up, like down the phone. He loved M People and he was like,
I'm dead.
Singing that to her.
I'm literally dead. I mean, how did she even react to that?
She was like, I did had to laugh. I was just like, oh, typical you. Like, I fully left you and you're taking the piss.
Yeah. They sound like a match made in heaven, to be fair. Like, with that sense of humor.
This is where I get it from.
I was going to say, it's not that deep.
Yeah.
But it really is like a mindset thing. And I think it's nice to have like different movie scores to your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like me, like some of my therapy is driving so fast at night in my car. Like I love a night drive, love a fast drive. And like I have a playlist, like a fuck it car night drive playlist.
Yeah.
And oh my fucking God, I swear it's better than therapy.
It is. Mm-hmm. A good sing-along is definitely good for the soul. I really connect with music a lot. I love all kinds of music. And it does just completely change your mood, especially if you're going through something, really feel that song.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like now starting to like really learn to actually just go through it and feel the emotions, like hit life head on.
Yeah.
And just like honestly trust in the fucking universe.
Let the music play on.
We need to have like an underlying.
Do you know what actually? We aren't a rom-com. We're a music video.
I was thinking more comedy of errors.
Nah. It's all rolled into one.
But I mean, life's going pretty well for you, babe. Like, not for you, more for me. I will say, though, I had a moment recently, and it was like a moment in the movie. I was with an ex of mine, and I was saying goodbye, and it was like quite a moment because we're not going to see each other for a while, and like a lot had kind of led up to this moment. And, you know, we're friends now, so it's amicable, but like I was saying goodbye and they were going off to get a flight and I was leaving as well.
This is proper movie moment.
Yeah, isn't it?
Was you at the same airport?
No, I was at his house. It was such a movie moment. And like we were saying goodbyes and like we've been together for years and it was all so lovely and perfect. And then just... the dogs were in the car waiting for me and my luggage was all packed and he was saying goodbye and I was wearing these fucking dumbass like chunky, clunky fucking sneakers because I'd just thrown them on as I was getting out the door. I didn't realize I would be spending the time there that I spent.
So
like I'd just thrown them on. But I'd only had these shoes for like for the whole weekend, right? I didn't expect to have them, so I'd had them with every outfit. I'd had them for dog walks, going for dinners, everything. And I was so fucking sick of these shoes. Anyway, we were saying our goodbyes. It was like such a movie moment. And as I turned around to leave out the door, I was like, see ya. And I hit so fucking hard my fucking clumpy ass sneaker on like the door frame.
Oh no, did you trip?
No, I caught it. Like the whole door frame and no, Fran, it was so fucking embarrassing.
And you were trying to be cute.
I was just trying to be cute and like, it just like, I mean, luckily we just laughed. But I was just like, for fuck's sake, you couldn't let me have anything, could you?
Nah.
Nothing. I couldn't just have one cinematic moment. Get out into that car and just go,
yeah.
I was trying so hard to keep my cool. It really fucks up.
Do you know what, can I just say, that's the last image they had of you?
No, please don't, because I'm already freaking out. I'm already freaking out.
The last image they had of you.
No, don't, because I'm trying
tripping and falling.
No, because I almost literally went back in and was like, actually, I'm just going to say something else. So that's not your last memory. But like, I had to just leave. Oh no, that is the last
It's the
image,
last
isn't it?
image.
Right, fuck it. Right, I'm leaving. I'm going to FaceTime. The time has just gone off lit. We're on serious.
You're probably deeping it too much. But I mean, that's very rom-com.
I don't know, because he's just got on a flight for hours, so he's probably just going to be overseeing that image again and again
Replaying
of me
it.
kicking his fucking door, mate. I'm mortified. So no, my life is not a fucking rom-com. It's a comedy right now. Less of the rom, more of the com.
And on that note, I think that we should say goodbye so that we can deep how bad the situation actually was.
All right. Thanks so much for coming to the hood today, guys. We've loved having you, haven't we, Fran?
Always. And the pups are here for round 2 again. We've absolutely loved having you guys. We've been really enjoying this. Wallace is going to stew on a bit harder for the fact that she just literally fell flat on her face nearly. And on that note, Wallace, watch out for the door frame when we leave.
Oh, fuck off, mate. You're such a twat. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We've been Girls Next Door. I've been your host and neighbour, Wallace Day.
And I've been Francesca Allen.